right, so there's a document, and then you can just click this link. It's not a gizmo, so you can just go right into the dragon. I don't know what it is. But Meiosis, Geniverse. So it just talks about the beginning. I'll just read it to you because I'm recording this for everybody if they're absent. Oh, yes, I am. Okay. So today's your lucky day. You have been invited to enter the Drake Breeders Guild Meiosis Lab. During this brief stay in the world of the Geniverse, you will have the power to see genes on chromosomes and control the process of meiosis and fertilization. I don't know what it says at the end because it didn't load. All right, so at first you're going to play with the chromosomes and figure out which ones are like dominant, aka which ones show up on the drakes, which are just the dragons. And I have all the directions on here too. So if you skip it or you just push like next or whatever. Oh, here's the background. So can you choose the gametes needed to produce drakes with the right traits? We will see. And drakes, which are the dragons, they don't usually bite, but you never know. So I hope you have, this is Miss Turner, she wrote this. I hope you have your drake vaccination up to date. Be careful. All right, so your first task is part 1. You're gonna meet the drakes. So the dragons, they have many different traits, things like wings, forelimbs, which are like the arms, hind limbs, which are the legs, shiny metallic scales, and like a nose horn. I forget what it's called. A nose spike, that's what it's called. So to understand meiosis and fertilization, first we're going to understand how these traits work. So I just ask you questions to follow along. So the first question being, using the 2 circle buttons at the top, switch between the male and the female drakes. Based on the pictures on the right, what is the main characteristic trait difference between males and females? So if we're on our drakes, so right now we have a female, says female. Here's a beautiful picture. And then here's the male. There is something different. What is different? Yeah, there's like this little thing on the neck. It ends up being called a nose spike, but however you guys want to describe it, because you didn't know that yet, would be obviously your first answer. And then it says, change the buttons on the first trait, which is the metallic versus non-metallic. And once you have played with all the options, keep it so that one chromosome has the metallic trait and the other has non-metallic. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. So if I have one being metallic and then non-metallic, so now look, he's all shiny. So which one do you think is dominant, or which one shows up, the metallic or non-metallic if he's shiny? Yeah, so we already went through like 2 questions. So we got, it's called a nose spike, or you can say the neck is different, and then this one, it would be the metallic trait shows up. So you guys can just play around with this.